I think so. I think a number of other works might have occupied that same category of importance, but given the mythology that surrounds the work, it's risen up and taken that position as this very, very important piece from the beginning of the 20th century. But certainly the Rite of Spring contains so much novel material in terms of rhythm, form, how climaxes are built, just the sheer orchestration and harmony. So there's just so much novelty in there that composers and still today look back to as a reference and learn a lot from.
It's an interesting question because today people actually argue that it was not so much the music that caused the sensation in 1913, but the choreography, which I can actually understand because just a couple weeks, I think, after the premiere, there was a performance of the Sacre without the choreography. Everything went swimmingly. Everyone's like, "Oh yeah, that's wonderful music." There wasn't any controversy about that. All right, the controversy itself means one thing. But the musical aspects of Le Sacre is something entirely different, where the Prélude à l'après-midi de fin of Debussy kind of unhinged us from the concept of tonalities, harmonies, I should say, for harmonies. Maybe one could argue that the Rite of Spring unhinged us from the concept of tonalities. I mean, that chord. This is not a chord that could exist prior to the Rite of Spring. And it's not only how this chord is put together, but it's how it's used.
The famous chord, the Rite of Spring chord that opens the Augurs of Spring, which is basically E major with E flat dominant seventh, all kind of crashed together, creating this just wonderful dissonant chord in the horns, 8 horns, by the way. That approach to harmony is something I've learned a lot from, which is you've got two simple materials, an E major chord and an E flat dominant seventh chord. Well, nothing could be simpler, but what if you play them together?
There is a brutality and an understanding of this is no longer high art in the idea of glorifying God. This is truly pagan ritual. There's nothing. There's nothing Mozartian about that at all. So yes, this work is as important as everyone says.